Hey everyone, how you doing? Well, we're inside the trailer, and you got the heater going. It's not particularly cold, but it's damp from the rain. So taking a little bit of a chill off the trailer. It's getting more barren. Um, let's see, what have I pulled out of here? I pulled out the fridges, I pulled out the Camp Chef oven, pulled out all the stuff on the counter, and guess today I'm going to work on the taking the shelving apart on one side. If it stays dry enough, I might pull the bed out of here. Although it's a comfy place to sit for doing this. Um, then I'll get the remainder of the stuff. I probably won't get it stripped today completely, but I will get a good dent. Who knows? I might get it all done, but um, part of it, depending on the layout, I got to do some measurements. But part of it will um, the solar will have to be pulled out. Again, I have to measure, but I might not have to pull it out. I would like to not pull it apart if I don't have to. However, there's some changes I want to make to the solar, so we'll see what happens. Um, Other than that, yeah, it's just kind of a cool rainy day here, Santa Rosa, California. I'm just kind of looking things over, and I kind of know what will work now, and just a little bit different configuration. Again, I have to make it workable for Tahoe. Um, some things I have to consider is I'm going to get some shore power. Um, there's going to be some changes to the configuration in the future. I don't know if I want to reveal that or not. Um, I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess I could reveal it. Problem is if I reveal something that I'm planning to do, then I'm almost committed to do it. Uh, I hate, if anybody knows me, they know I hate to say something that's coming up only to have it not happen. And, so I don't want to look like a failure. But I guess I could say the tentative plans because I always change it in my mind. The tentative plans are that I'm going to take the current bed and I'm going to try putting in a Murphy bed. That in itself is not really that difficult. I mean, other than the layout, still trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But what I want to do underneath it is put a dinette with folding backs. So when the backs are folded down on the seats, it'll be the support for the Murphy bed. That's kind of the plan. Um, Still going to measure it out. I mean, I'm not going to get into all doing all the plans for how I'm going to do that. That's the general plan. The other plan is I want to put a wood stove in here. And the challenge has been finding one that's small enough um, and yet not an astronomical price. And people say, oh, well, you can make an ammo box stove. And yeah, that's all fine and dandy. I was going to do that until I realized, um, and I could do some modifications, but when there's one that I was going to do, you had to lift the stove up off of its legs to dump the ashes. And, inside the trailer, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to have ash all over the place. I don't want to be lifting the stovepipe up and down all the time. So, yeah, that's not going to work. I think I've settled pretty much on a wood stove that I want to do. Um, there's a company called New Way, and that's you can find that in online. It's Nuway, and they make a whole line of stoves, mostly propane, for little shanties, little ice, ice fishing shanties, and things like that, or tents. Um, but I got to looking at it, and I got reading the reviews. It burns a lot of propane. I mean, like in 3 days, you go through a 20-pound bottle, and that's just too much. So the benefit to them also um, is that they're vented. They use a stovepipe. So what you're getting in your compartment, or in this case, the trailer, is dry heat, which is great. It's not the humid, propane heat. Um, but they also make a wood stove, which is fairly small. Um, the downside to it is it doesn't have glass in front. I could modify it maybe to put some glass in there, but if the price is right, so I mean, I think the last bargain I found for it was 124 bucks on eBay, um, which is it's nothing. Um, then you got to buy the ash pan, which is 20 bucks, and then the stovepipe kit, which I think they said it was stainless. So the stovepipe kit, complete with the flashing and everything to go through the roof. Um, and that's like, I don't know, 60 bucks, something like that. But it comes with it's 3 or 4 sections of stovepipe. I think they're 2-foot sections. So yeah, and then a vent cap too, and spark arrestor. So I mean, that's not bad. So for 200 bucks, you've got the whole setup, really. Um, and then it's a matter of configuring it for the trailer, figuring out how to do it in the trailer. I've got a couple things I have to consider. I have to consider where to have that. I've got to consider where to have Iris, her bed, and without being in the way. I mean, I could put her in the corner, but then, I'm planning to have cabinets and stuff there, and if I put the wood stove in the other corner, then it's between her bed and the door. So now she has to get past there. And I can't really have any cabinetry above the wood stove. So that's kind of a wasted space, sort of. But I can't figure out any other way. I mean, I can mount it on the wall, the wood stove, make a shelving and mount it on the wall. But then it's not heating up the air cooler. I like to have the wood stove cooler. So anyways, that's another deal. Um, we'll get it all sorted out. So those are the big changes on this trailer. Is I'm going to do the Murphy bed with the folding dinette. I'm going to do the wood stove, and there's a couple other things. We're going to take the camp stove. I'm going to put it in back. It's probably going to have a shelving. It's going to be mounted on a shelving so that I can just pull it straight out the back and then lift it off and to do outside use. Um, I could figure out a way to put the stove in the front. Problem is, I like to be vented, and I don't want to have to put an extra like a range hood. Um, so right underneath the fan is a good spot to have it, and next to the door as well. So, anyways, that's just roughly my idea. I just figured I'd come on here on Saturday. I figured, well, there might be somebody who wants to watch. Who knows? But I figured I'd just go live for a little while and see what happens. But doesn't seem to be anybody out there in YouTube land watching, so I'm probably going to give it up here pretty quick. I got to start pulling stuff out of here, all my bins. I'll give you a quick look at what we have going on here. I'm going to turn you around. Hopefully I can turn you around. Two things that I didn't get put away. Vinegar bottle, coffee mug, flashlight, ashtray. So I have to take all that stuff off the 12 volt, the shelf for the camp stove, all this shelving here, and that'll be done. Iris has temporarily got a blanket on the corner there. I got all this stuff come out, but it's just boxes and bags and things like that. And then I got to get this bed out of here, get it out, and so basically I'm just going to strip it down to the bare essentials. That's my plan, at least. So we'll stay on here for a little while. We'll see if anybody comes on. But yeah, the wood stove, it's just, I've really been shopping around for what I can find. I really wanted a Cubic Mini. That's what I really wanted. Um, they're just too expensive. Gosh, it's like, 500 bucks for this little tiny thing. Granted, they're nice quality, but 500 bucks, and that's without extras. That's without stovepipe. That's without a mount. That's without a pedestal for it if you want a pedestal. That's without anything. And for 200 bucks, I can get the New Way stove. I can get stovepipe. I can get the ash pan. Um, yeah, as far as economics, it's a no-brainer. Um, I did happen across, there must be a typo or something. I don't know. But anyways, it was on eBay. It was sold by I think the San Francisco Stove Company in San Francisco. Now, remember the old, I don't know if you really call it pot belly, but kind of, elongated and, sit up however off the floor, 2 feet off the floor is the top of it maybe. And they had like the little removable, I think this one did, maybe it didn't, but used to be they had the removable little round pieces for stoking the fire and, if you're pots and, whatever. Anyways, cast iron, right? I've seen these in the past, a couple $100. They're selling them. They had an eBay ad for $39.99. That wasn't a bid price. That wasn't. That was the buy now price, right? And then eBay is showing me a coupon on the bottom for $10 off. So now it's $29.99, and it's free shipping. And I thought, well, that's going to be too big, though. I mean, it's just really, they're probably about 2 foot long, and top of it's just 2 feet off the floor when it's sitting on its legs. And then you got to have 2 feet of clearance generally, unless you put some shielding or fire brick or something. But just too big. But I thought, well, if one wanted to do this, they could buy those for, you know, uh, their regular price, 40 bucks, right? 39.99, 40 bucks. And they had like 8 of them left. You could buy them for 40 bucks a piece and then turn around and easily, I'm pretty sure, sell them for $100 a piece. And people would buy them up. Granted, as long as there's a market for it. Here in Northern California, maybe not. Some of the people in the mountain communities, want to buy one. Um, but if you're up in the Sierras, yeah, you probably get some, people buy them. But for $100, I mean, that's cheaper than they normally are selling for. So I don't know. Or you're stuck with 8 wood stoves, right? Uh, it's possible. I don't know why this thing's going in and out of being focused, but maybe it's the low light. Got the door slightly closed. It's cracked open. I'm just gonna leave it cracked open so I can get some fresh air in here, but I got the heat going, and this iris is curled up. So anyways, that's what we're doing on our live broadcast. I think here in a moment I'm going to wrap it up at 15 minutes. Um, maybe I'll go to, I don't know, I was thinking about going to Facebook and doing a live broadcast, but um, I don't know, I probably wouldn't get many people watching from there either. Yeah, maybe I would. I don't know. Anyways, again, we're coming up on 14 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. Those are kind of my plans tentatively. Um, get ready for Tahoe. There's a lot of things I want to do, but I got to prioritize due to expense and time involved to do each thing. So first and foremost, get the trailer all situated, and then after that, I can work on other things. Um, Maintenance on the truck, things like that. I mean, it's had its oil change. I like to do a tune-up. I'd like to change out the transmission fluid, the front differential fluid, things like that. But, I don't, it's not a necessity right now. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm going to get out of here and get to work. So, as I say all the time, please take care of yourselves and take care of each